Hello and welcome back to Housewives of True Crime YouTube channel. It's just me, Tab, today because I cannot stop watching the news on the Murdaugh trials, and I bet you are watching it too. So I had to hop on here to talk about yesterday and today because Alex has taken the stand, which, if you know anything about trials, the defendants hardly take the stand. So I wanted to tell you what the latest is on the trial the last couple days, and let's get to it. Alex Murdaugh decided against his attorney's advice to take the stand in his own defense. Now, listen, if I was accused of murdering somebody and I was innocent, I would also take the stand. However, this is not the advice of what attorneys will tell you. Most of them will say you are going to dig your own grave if you do this, whether you are innocent or not. But I will take the stand if I'm ever accused and I didn't do it. Okay. Most people that take the stand that are accused are probably guilty. They are probably also narcissistic, which maybe Alex is too. I just don't know. But he got up there, and I bet you are saying right now that Alex is narcissistic. Or maybe you believe Alex. He's very believable. His testimony was very appealing. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what I'm talking about, this guy, Alex Murdaugh, has been accused of killing his wife and son at their vacation home. And the prosecution has a theory. They think the reason that Alex actually murdered the two were because his crazy worlds were colliding into themselves, and he was going to be exposed of all of his wrongdoings, which there are a lot. For one, he's a drug addict. For two, he's a crook. His son killed somebody in a boating accident and was drunk as a skunk, underage, and he was getting sued for a lot of money, which he didn't have because he was doing so many drugs. So this is the prosecution's motive to why he would kill his son and wife. It's kind of far-fetched because what does he have to gain from it? I guess a lot of life insurance. Maybe he could pay off some of this stuff, but he does seem like a family man. Although totally hopped up on opioids, still family kind of guy. Now, the waters are real muddy in this case because Alex has those demons, which he just really wanted to keep to himself, which, the opiate addiction, his family knew about it, but it's embarrassing. He was popping $60,000 worth of pills a week, people. I mean, that is so much money. I mean, he was sure supplying the whole town of drug dealers with their paychecks with one dude. Okay, so I don't even know, by the way, how you can function. My husband is on painkillers right now for this kidney stones. If you guys listen to my podcast, you would know. Housewives of True Crime podcast. He's going through it. And I mean, he can barely function when he's had two of these pills. And I think Alex was on oxycodone. I think that stuff is the strongest of the batch. But what do I know? I really don't. So maybe you drug dealers out there will tell me that that's not the strongest, but that is what Alex liked to do. He was getting these pills from his cousin who was related, obviously to him via blood, but also related to these gangbangers that sold drugs in the area. I think they're real gangbangers. So he was paying for all of, their shit, I guess, $60,000 a week. I mean, I could buy a lot of stuff for that much money and a lot of stuff for my friends. So anyways, he was also skimming money from his firm, of course, to probably pay those drug addiction pills, but also for like just the stuff that he owned, like the multiple houses and the water bills and the property tax and the boat and all this stuff that comes with it. I mean, the guy, I think, took more than $10 million. That wasn't his. So, yeah, he has a ton of baggage. And I don't think he wanted any of it out of the closet. But guess what? His whole life now has been one big dog and pony show. And for every Sam, Dick, and Harry that's watching every ounce of this trial, which, listen, I'm a Sam, Dick, and a Harry, so I'm in for it. And watching him yesterday take the stand with just a crying, bubbling mess did make me feel like maybe he didn't do it. And I want to see if anybody else thinks this too. Like, do you believe him? He is very believable. He gets up there and is like, I did all these bad things, but I did not kill my family. And I want to believe him. I do want to believe him. I mean, it is possible that maybe he owed a lot of money to drug dealers. I don't know. Also, side note, dude looks way better sober. I mean, he lost a ton of weight and the bloat factor that those pills do. So, like, my PSA is do not do drugs, people. It does not make you look good. We're doing a case coming up. I'm not sure the lady did drugs, but it looks like she lived a hard life in the last 11 years. And that's coming on Monday. And I'm telling you, like, age, it ages you. So, anyways, he's looking better, sober. I'm thinking he's got all of his ducks in the row up in his head now. He's real convincing. I would love to know what you guys think. I'm also going to tell you a lot more in my next video because there's a lot more to the story, like the fact that he faked his own death, or he was like changing a tire on the side of the road, got shot. It was supposed to be a suicide that he paid for that looked like a murder. I don't know. This is really, really detailed and there's so much to it. So my next video is going to be a whole timeline of events and kind of dissecting more of this case for you. But I just wanted to pop on here and talk about the trial as of the last 2 days. And I want to know your opinion. Also, follow us right now on this platform, Housewives of True Crime on YouTube. And then if you want to listen to our podcast, it is available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Like this video so you can get more of this. And I am coming back to you with more details on this case and more. Clink, clink.